Coin the Apothecary and swing. Hey, what is up guys, Control here, and today's video is going to be on Aggro Rogue. This is one that I've been talking about since the expansion kind of came out. I posted one video with a pretty similar list, but instead I used a dragon combo with Deathwing Dragonlord. This one is very similar to that. That being said, it's a little bit more consistent because you do have two mechanical whelps, so if you do just draw like the one Deathwing Dragonlord, your combo is kind of gone with the Necrium Apothecary. This one's payoff is very similar, just a little bit smaller. It's a 7/7 instead of a 12/12, but for consistency, it's definitely worth it. And as you guys are going to see, and just saw, I mean, it can do pretty nutty stuff on turn 4, turn 5. Unfortunately, this was nerfed, the Necrium Apothecary I'm talking about an hour after I finished recording for this video. So I'm kind of happy I got the content before it was out, but I wanted to post this video today, and unfortunately, they nerfed it yesterday. So, you know, just under 24 hours ago, they nerfed it. But, I mean, still at 5 mana, Necrium Apothecary is really good. I would recommend dusting it still, as all of the other cards that get nerfed. You should dust them because, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to do it. You can always recraft them if you want to play with them later. So it's just, you know, dust efficient to do that. But overall, I would still say the card is quite good and definitely worth running in this deck, albeit it will be a little bit worse. In most cases, actually, you're playing Necrium Blade on turn 3. And, I mean, if you're on the coin, like, you're coining the Necrium Apothecary on turn 4 anyways. So you don't get to play a 1-drop with it or something like that. Obviously, it is going to be worse because, I mean, you can't just backstab Necrium Apothecary on 4 on the play. But, you know, it's not a super significant nerf because, again, the card is a combo card. So on the coin, it's not going to feel that bad. But on the play, it will. So I would say it's definitely going to be a big nerf. But the deck is still going to be really solid. Just more balanced because playing this definitely felt like, I mean, I was just running through the games. And the only times I lost were, I mean, when I drew double mechanical whelp like top 8, or I got Renoed on curve, basically. I think we went like 10-3 with it or something. And it's definitely a broken deck, and it still will be pretty broken post-nerf. So going forward, if you guys want to try it, it still will be really strong. But enjoy the gameplay. Thought I'd just jam that out with pre-nerf gameplay because I talked about it a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy the deck, and I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy! See ya! This deck goes face. Those cards don't go face, so you want to be running cards to go face. So you don't really want those, because they don't go face. It's a complicated decision. Weapon draw a card, okay. Mechanical whelps don't go face? You're a naive young boy, my friend. You'll one day grow up into a wise old man. But it's gonna take some time. Specifically enough time for you to see what Necrium Apothecary does with Mechanical Whelp to understand how wrong you are. You will eventually learn though, my friends. And I hope I will be of some assistance in doing that and teaching you. But you're a little bit misplaced in thinking the Mechanical Whelp is not a good aggro card. I actually gotta show you soon. Crazy.
Here we go.
How perfect is this? The game just wants you to learn, my friends. How could Mechanical Whelp potentially be a good aggro card? Well, let's find out. I'm ready to learn. Oh, our good friend had Vargoth and Oaken summons. Nice. Gotta love that, dude. Gotta love that. So we play Backstab, we play Necrium Apothecary, which will then draw Mechanical Whelp from our deck and gain the Death Rattle of the Mechanical Whelp. Then I will swing with my Necrium Blade to activate the Death Rattle of the Necrium Apothecary, which copied the Death Rattle Mechanical Egg, which will then summon a 7/7 for me on turn 4. Finish off clearing the Iron Golem. And then, so we did poop out a Mechanical Dragon as a 7/7, but believe it or not, when this Necrium Apothecary dies, it also summons a 7/7. Very interesting combo. That's a flip, please. Never lucky. So honestly, it's not that bad that it got hit there, but it's not that great either. Now I'm also going to play another Necrium Blade. I think I should make that trade. Vargoth is too strong. And then swing face, so then I could play the mechanical whelp that I drew with the Necrium Apothecary on turn 4. And then go ahead and play it on turn 6, and then activate the Death Rattle again to get yet another 7/7. And then still have another mechanical whelp on the board, which will then go ahead and spawn another mechanical dragon. And that is how mechanical whelp can be a good aggressive card. Very crazy, but it can in fact happen, my friends. It can in fact happen. I'm going to trade so I don't completely cry when my opponent has a wonderful card called Spreading Plague. Why would it be bad that it got hit? Well, there were two options about what could happen there, right? His Vargoth could die, or I could still have a 2/1, or I could get a 7/7 of charge. And I would almost prefer for the Vargoth to die, just because my 7/7 of charge would most likely be going into the Vargoth, which is kind of a waste of it having charge. So I would prefer if he killed his own card first. Okay, so if at any point we play a pirate, Spreading Plague is going to ruin our lives. But we don't really get to do anything into that, so I think that we just have to play the pirate and bite the bullet, I guess you could say here. It sucks, but that's just the way it goes.
Pirates away! Pirates away!
Double time and double pay.
Wobble we want.
Here we go.
I don't want to pop this in case he just has to play Poison Seeds or something, because then this is still going to be a 7/7 instead of just a full board of 2/2s. Sometimes these things happen when you play the video game. Not the most fun outcomes, but, you know, your opponent healing for 35 is occasionally still a winnable situation.
On the wings of evil. A tango? Take the step.
Play this 2 branching pass here, he gets lethal. If he has double branching pass in his hand right now. Could just be GG. Or he could play an Iron Golem, which is absolutely useless, and then play branching pass. And then draw cards. And then gain attack for some reason. And then let me draw cards for some reason. Okay. Kind of him. And he's making trades for us instead of going face. What a very nice individual. Kind gentleman. A scholar, if you will.
Mix red, mean no dead.
Our second Necrium Apothecary also will poop out another 7/7. Very crazy. Except we don't have a dagger up, so if he doesn't have any armor... Okay, should be Poison Seeds now with that play, I think. Unlucky one. Okay. Happens.
I bring life.
I think because we have the cannon and Flybooter, we should be playing for the Alex. It's 5 mana to do that. We have Sap for the Ironwood Golem, and then we can just play Abyss after. Okay.
Blow the veil of wind in me sails. Wait for me!
Alrighty, and now he top decks second Spreading Plague, and we complain about how unlucky we are. It's a very painful process. It all just starts with Oaken Summons, and then them winning the 1 out of 3 for Archmage Vargoth. And then you basically crying for the rest of the game because it gains 70,000 extra armor for absolutely no reason. And you got crushed because that's just the way the game goes. 4 mana. Oh, it's not even 4 mana, gains 12 armor, okay. I don't know what he's fishing for because he doesn't have a natural eyes, but you know what? I respect the hustle. We have no up and a draw. If I play Myra's, it's 5 mana, he has 13 health, we have 8 damage on board. We would play the cannon for 3, and then we would do 6 damage with the cannon, which would then be lethal, so we win. GG. Flybooter lethal, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Exacties too. That's kind of sweet. Good stuff. Sometimes they don't have the second Spreading Plague. Most of the time they do, but sometimes they don't. Okay, Priest. Not like too worried about Priest as a class. Whelp and Blade. I think we just keep the Deckhand here. That's it. Dagger is quite good against a lot of the early things that this class plays. Quest, boom. You know, I'm actually going to be a little bit sad. I was going to say I'm going to be a little bit sad when I finally queue into a priest that's not playing Quest, but that's also not true because if they're not playing Quest, most of the time they're playing Big Priest, so I don't really know how sad I could actually be about that. I think I'd rather play the 3-1 first because it does more damage. And I don't think coining the Miscreant's really going to do that much. Okay. So it should be a Reno deck based on that.
I can't do that.
We should actually play the Blade, I think.
Here we go.
Because if we coin this, you could just silence it right away. Whereas if we just play the Blade, then there really isn't too much counterplay into the Necrium Apothecary turn. Even though we would be floating mana. Turns out floating mana is not that big of a deal when, you know, you're getting a 2-5 that draws a 6 mana 2-2 that summons a 7-7 and you get the 7-7 summoned once. And when your 2-5 dies, the 7-7 gets summoned again.
I can't do that. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, that's super balanced. Is that first into Ooze? I mean, it's not even that big of a deal if he does that because we still have the cards, right? It's not a very good use of Zephyrs either, I don't think. Deal 5 Polymorph? Potion, okay. He gets my 7-7. Oh no. Not my 7-7, dude. And a Fairy Dragon. That's actually pretty good for him. Not gonna lie. Sap and play the Miscreant, I guess? Nothing really fancy there, just doing things that make sense. Devil Titanic sucks. One of the worst lackeys we could get here. Rush is damage, shoot is damage. Basically a lot of things are damage, and that is not damage, so definitely not what we're looking for. Duskbreaker, this guy's had an obscenely good draw so far. Very above average, I would argue.
Go shiny.
Here we go.
Probably just gonna go for the Whelp next turn. Then he plays Psychic Scream, we lose our board, we go GG. Can't do much. Just how it goes. Sometimes they just draw like 5 good cards, top 8, when they're playing Reno decks, and they just win. And there's nothing you can really do about that. That's an okay one, but it's not like obscenely good or anything. The problem with it is, like, I do the Backstab swing with the Whelp, and then, like, he just plays Psychic Scream, and we kind of cry. But that's the way it goes.
Here we go.
Like, the thing is, he knows that we have this in hand because we played the Apothecary, so he's going to have an answer. That or he was fishing for one, but I'm going to say in most cases we're not going to be able to play with this board. And it's gonna get screamed, or, you know, something like that. Some form of, hey, I'm playing Priest and my class identity is to make it so you have zero fun playing the game. So have zero fun. Okay, never mind. I am playing Rogue. My class identity is to kill you before you make it so I can't do anything fun while playing the video game. That is my class's identity. Me, smart, me go face. Okay. Well, we figured out who's not having fun this game. And it's the Priest with the really good early game hand. GG.
Well done. Your soul shall be mine.
Watch
Okay.
your back.
So the problem with this is we still want to play Burglar in turn 1. Definitely with the Captain we do now as well. It's an easy 1, 2, 3 ABC curve. This should be good on like 4. We should play with Swash on 1 cell. Probably kind of nice as well though. But the cannon doesn't like give him a clean defile line. So I think the cannon's a little bit better still. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Should we have cleared Patches with Swashburglar? Patches is golden and looks a little bit better than Swashburglar. Swashburglar is also drinking on the job, which I would not say is ideal. You guys saw that lag, right? Yeah, that's kind of strong. Ship's Cannon is a balanced card. See the one guy playing Hellfire still? Nope, the one guy playing White Collar still. So we have 9 plus 4, which is 13. So we just play the Deckhand and Hero Power and it's GG. Turns out the Brigands are pretty strong. Crazy, right? Crazy. Really insane.